With the third season of The Boys coming out this week, let's talk about the first two seasons of The Boys. Probably don't need to say this, but spoilers ahead, so click that like button and come back later. So I remember when I went to San Diego Comic-Con back in 2019, I remember how this show was advertised everywhere. My favorite character has to be Huey. I love how realistic his character is. He's exactly what I would be if I was in his situation. So one thing I really like about this show is the satire on superheroes. I love how this show kind of addresses that it would be a bad idea if superheroes were real. I also love how Vought is just an evil version of Disney. The CGI to the show is also really realistic too. There were some things I wasn't really the biggest fan of with this show, mostly stuff that the Seven and Vought had done. Like seriously, some of the stuff that the Seven and Vought have done is just really uncomfortable to watch. But other than that, I still love this show. I also really enjoy that this show is clearly setting up Butcher to be just as crazy as Homelander pretty soon. I think the only reason that Butcher hasn't gone as crazy as he has now is because he still had hoped Becca was alive. But right now, it seems that they're setting up Butcher to go totally unhinged and start going crazy like he does in the comics. You can clearly see how insane he's been getting after he killed a Mesmer. Like, sure, Mesmer sold them all out, but he had a daughter and he wanted to change for her. And when Butcher finds out that Becca is actually alive, you can feel him being a little bit less unhinged in Season 2 than he was in Season 1. Though, if I had to rank how crazy he was, I would say that he was 100% crazy in Season 1, and he was 1% less crazy in Season 2. But now that Becca is dead, who knows what Butcher is thinking at this point, because she was the only reason why he hasn't completely lost it yet. Yeah, if they keep this up, I can totally see them adapting where Butcher kills the boys and Huey snaps and kills Butcher. I have two favorite moments, one from each season. The first being when A-Train runs straight through Robin. Sure, it's a really sad scene, but it's a great way to show how the superheroes in this world operate. Also, like mentioned before, I think if we were all Huey, we would all go insane before episode 5. And my second favorite scene is when Homelander meets up with the CEO of Vought. I love how this is just a normal human being and he manages to tell off and scare Homelander. Now that's an intimidating villain if you have no superpowers but you manage to scare your equivalent to Superman. I also kind of funny how Stan just up and tells Homelander that he's not important whatsoever and he's just the company's mascot. I give this series a 9 out of 10, giving it an A. Anyway, that's the review. Go down to those comments and tell me what you thought. And click that like and subscribe button to keep up to date with all my latest content. See ya!